Alright, I guess if I'm gonna do this, I should do it now. Hi guys, I don't know why. Well, I guess I kinda know why. I suppose I could just leave this video privated, but I don't know. Hopefully this is of some value to someone. And I figure if I make it and I am kind of self-reflecting, that maybe someone else is on a path close to that, so this might help them along. So I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit this video, guys. It's gonna be a rough edit. If anything, I'll probably just post it as is. So I guess I'll just start with hello. My name's Sam. I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about myself. I wrote down a big script just to try and keep my thoughts in order. But I guess I'll just go ahead and start. I want to talk about myself mostly because I wanted to see if it resonated with anyone. So I was homeschooled. I don't know how much that's going to play a part in this. It might mean everything, it might mean nothing. I don't really know other than what I've experienced. So as a result of being homeschooled, though, I did have plenty of time at home, also on my computer. So after, years of not really experiencing the things I thought I needed, like, I guess I kind of had depression from a young age, or I was just kind of like born with an innate like expectation. I don't know. On a personal level, I knew I wanted to experience some kind of human connectivity, but I didn't for some reason. I was shy, or people weren't that receptive. But I guess I feel like I never got the chance. But who knows? Who knows really? So I guess that just leads into the next part. I feel like I found the wondrous and sometimes treacherous world of anime. I started off with shows like Dragon Ball Z and One Piece, simply because they had like the biggest following, the most merch, all that stuff. Lots of people enjoyed it. So I thought, oh, cool. I'll watch this, get into it, and then maybe I can connect with some people within like the franchise, and we can have something to relate with. Because I was homeschooled, and guys, it's kind of rough going from being a homeschooled person, unless you're just like super into like TVs and music and other things. I guess people just really don't know how to approach you, or you don't know how to approach people. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. I guess growing up I was just, for a lack of a better term, just weird. But the only reason I started watching anime was just because I wanted to join a community. I wanted to get some friends and find people to be social with and hang out with and all that kind of stuff. And I guess I did have some friends growing up. There was my friend Alex, but he moved away to Ohio. And haven't heard from him in quite a few years. There's my friend James. We kind of lost touch after high school. Don't really talk too much now. I don't know. I feel like as far as people go, I haven't really had really strong, like, binding connections, like nothing to really like anchor myself down on. So I guess after a few years of reflecting on my life, I think I understand why I lived my childhood the way I did. Um, I feel like I was just connection deprived. I really wanted to make connections outside my family because, I don't know, for a while my family really wasn't getting along the best, and every family has its problems, so of course we had, our share of problems. But I never really felt a connection for some reason. I couldn't get that connection. I don't know if it was like a problem with me or something. I have been diagnosed with ADHD, so I am getting treatment for that. Hopefully I'll be able to maybe get some counseling and I guess work through some issues. I would love to keep getting some counseling, because I just want to live like a happy, fulfilled life, but sometimes you can just stand in your own way. But it's kind of off track. I was talking about anime. So the only reason I started anime was to join a community and find friends and kind of find that camaraderie, that companionship. But I never really got it, and like my friends would be around sometimes and then leave, and I would make friends and then lose friends, and they would move away or they would have other friends, and I just felt like I was always by myself for some reason. But anime was always there. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 4, 5, 6 a.m., anytime I wanted, Crunchyroll, Hulu, watch cartoons online, all free. It was always there. So I think I ended up kind of living vicariously through the characters in these shows, and man, I will say I came across some amazing animes, like The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. That was a really good one. Mostly short, like 24 episode series. Those were really good. So shit, there's you guys know, if you're into anime, there is a lot of fucking anime to watch. So it came to a point where my mom thought I was on drugs, because I was up all the time. I didn't want to talk to anyone. Looking back on it now, I know that I was depressed and I didn't have any human connectivity, and I didn't really talk to anyone. Like, I did end up going to school my freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. It was a pretty small school. It was actually a church that was also a school. All the teachers had kids. All those kids were homeschooled. So all these homeschooled families came together in this church to make a school. It was it was really weird. It wasn't like a public school or anything. It was just a bunch of homeschool kids and their parents just teaching all the other homeschool kids stuff. It was pretty cool. There were some nice kids there, but they'd been hanging out with each other for years, just grown up together. Parents knew each other. It was definitely like its own community, and I kind of just like was like, hey. And the first year, I do remember I was polite to people. They were polite to me. Just some average like high school interactions, I guess, but didn't really have any friends. Invited some kids to my birthday party. Some of them showed up. Next year they didn't. I don't know. I know the second year though, when I came back and I knew everyone a bit better and I was a bit more comfortable, I got a better handle of things, but never really made like some hardcore connections. But yeah, but anyway, yeah, through all of that, I was watching anime, sleeping like 4 or 5 hours a day, maybe. I was always up until like 3, 4 a.m. One of my favorite things to do was to just watch anime until like 5 a.m. and then watch the sun come up and then go to sleep. That's kind of it. Yeah, my mom thought I was on drugs, but I wish. I have drugs now, and they're nice. They're nice. They help with things. For the sake of YouTube, you know, I can't advocate the use of drugs in any way, but all I got to say is, like, do your research. Kind of good to look into. I would say personally they've improved my life. Not gonna recommend them to anyone else because they affect everyone differently. But I mean, it's not just drugs. You know, I went 20, 23, 24 years without drugs. They definitely helped. You know, a little bit of sugar on a spoonful of life to help it go down. But truly, I think the biggest thing that's been helpful now is I met my wife. I met her 6 years ago. I met my wife 6 years ago, and we're married now. We just hit our 1-year anniversary, and that's been a ride. Just, I guess, experiencing like the flow of time with people and just building the emotional and mental connections is it's been really really fulfilling. I started this next paragraph off with I actually have some friends now. And for that I'm truly grateful. Jeez. So a lot of what my channel is now is Yu-Gi-Oh, and I never thought of getting into Yu-Gi-Oh, but at my core, I'm a very competitive person. I love strategy, backgammon, chess, checkers, card games. I love games. They're so much fun. I love a little bit of luck and mostly strategy. Up until Yu-Gi-Oh, backgammon was one of my favorite things. He's never gonna see this, but I gotta give a shout out to Tom. Tom from ABC Warehouse. We would bring in our backgammon boards. He is a backgammon master, like level 99, like backgammon master. Super cool guy. Taught me some really cool strategies to the game, and just really cool. As an experience, it was really cool. I think that's really all I've ever wanted, was just to experience things. Like, if you strip away everything you are and everything you know, if you strip yourself down to just your basic components, you're just a brain. You're just this brain and its consciousness, your body, everything on it is a tool to just prolong your brain's existence. Your hands make it easier to eat, make it easier to open this cap of Gatorade. The last couple of years, I feel like I've really made progress personally. I guess just more self-reflection, a little bit of therapy. I definitely want to get more therapy. Just having someone else there who is, you know, more than likely a pretty stable person. Having them there that they're knowledgeable and just know what they're talking about, know how to like help you through things. That's really cool. Now that I would definitely recommend, even if you guys don't have any like, if you don't think at least that you don't have any like major issues or any like outlying problems, I can always recommend you guys just going and like talking to some stranger with lots of pieces of paper up on the wall that says, you know, they're pretty smart. Go talk to them for 30 minutes, for an hour. If nothing else, you know, you'll at least talk and help yourself work through things. But, yeah, moving out, getting married, it's been a really wild ride so far. I know I have a lot of experiences I could tell you guys about. I don't know if I will. Like I said, I don't even know what this video is supposed to be. Who knows? I'm just making this one because I've always been creative, and I love working with videos and photos. It's just, for some reason, just being able to just take that creative energy and move it to someplace else. It's like flexing a muscle. It's like when you sit too long and you gotta get up and move around. That's kind of how it feels. It's like, God, I haven't done anything in so long. I need to move these creative juices. I need to get this energy like moving, get it going somewhere. Cause it's like, I've been making videos and stuff since I was like 10. Since I first like picked up my mom's like little point and shoot camera, like I've been creating things, I've been making things. I've always wanted to make things. I've always wanted to like have some impact on the world around me, and videos are so popular. You got YouTube and Twitch and all of these things, and I guess just being a part of something is cool. Like like I don't expect this video to like do anything. Like I know like some of my friends are gonna see it. Some people from the shop. So I'm pretty much just talking to JD and Bailey and Raymond and Austin and just you guys, really. With that in mind, I don't know, you guys. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I wanna be open with people, and I wanna make connections with them, but it's like some people, don't care, or they aren't receptive, or like, are they gonna think I'm weird and then like not want to talk to me? Like, I know my friends are cool. Like, Oh, Shane. I can't forget you, Shane. um, I'm pretty much just talking to those guys right now, which is fine. It's totally cool. I wasn't really planning on talking to anyone, but it's cool. I guess just making videos and writing things down and editing things and just creating things, just getting my emotions out there and makes them a little more like digestible, you know? Like, my wife has helped me out a lot. Excuse me. I really love my wife. She's a really cool lady. She lets me touch her boobs a lot, so 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. She's really cool, and she's really supportive, and she's really like my second serious relationship. I had one relationship before I met her. Callie Cox. She was a girl that I met at the local library that I went to, and our like whole meeting was like she was like running inside the library because she forgot something, and I was at my bike unhooking it, getting ready to leave, and she was running, so I said the classic phrase, "Run, Forrest, run!" And that was it. Just 3 words, not even my words, just words stolen from a movie. And by the time I had finished punching in my bike lock and had gotten on my bike, she'd found what she needed and then ran back out and was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Didn't expect a part 2 here. I thought I was just gonna just toss words out and then that would be it, like everything else." Like, I don't know if I just really wasn't good at conversation, but a lot of my conversations with people, I feel like I was trying to start a conversation, but I had to keep it going. It's like a fire that just kept on going out. But I ended up dating her for, I think, 10 months, and then we broke up. I'm not gonna reveal why, because it's not important, but we broke up, and I was like, okay, I've now had a somewhat serious relationship. I think now I know for certain what I'm looking for in a partner, and I actually didn't meet my wife until January of whatever 6 years ago it was. If this is 2021, let's see, 1, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Oh wow, 2016. So yeah, I had like some New Year's resolutions that I started in February, you know, as you do. And one of them was to go to the gym. Well, I went to the gym, and I went to the gym again, and again, and again, and met this guy named Ryan. He was pretty cool. It was teaching some kids that he brought along, you know, how to, you know, proper form and all that, because, you know, he's a pretty buff guy. Turns out I already met him because he was at like a wedding from a friend that my mom knew. So I was like actually at his wedding and I didn't even recognize him. But he was just talking to this kid, telling him what's up, and they were like talking about Jesus. And sorry if I'm getting a little religious, but this is just kind of where the story's going. talking about Jesus, and I was like, oh, cool. I'm trying to, improve my physical health and my spiritual health. Those were kind of like my two New Year's resolutions. So I was like, walked out of my comfort zone there, and I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? You guys part of like some like Christian workout group, Bibles and buff or something? And he's like, no, we're just Christians and we work out. And eventually we started talking, and he invited me back to his church, and I was like, sure. And then we went there, and I kept going there, and I was going there for a couple months, just driving there myself, which is apparently like very encouraging to other people to see just a young guy go to church by himself. And yeah, because I was like, cool, go to church, improve my like spirituality, and talk to people, socialize. I would always get to church early so I could, say like 3 words to someone, say hi, my name's Sam, cool, yeah, really nice day, yeah, praise God, yep, cool, and then head into church and kind of like have a self-reflective moment. So I think I did that for about 2 months, and then finally ran into my future wife, and I guess the rest is history. I love how I've gone off script from what I wrote down. I'm like, gotta write down my thoughts. Gotta see if this is actually worth being creative in. But yeah, that's how I met my wife, and we started dating. It's really hard. It got really hard sometimes. A lot of times I wanted to just kind of like take a step back and just say, you know what, I'm not good at human relationships. I'm just gonna stop and go back to what I was doing. And at that point I was already making YouTube videos, so everyone here from the Good Game Empire days will remember those. Those are pretty cool. But yeah, turns out that ADHD people are creatures of habit. When they have a habit, they'll usually stick with it until another stronger habit comes along, breaks them of the previous habit, and then that's now their new habit. But yeah, it's creating videos and things like this, because this isn't the first time I've done this. It's not gonna be the last. I think this is the first time I've put it out publicly. A lot of other times it's just been making voice recordings on my phone and listening to those later, writing notes, just kind of like trying to understand where I was at in the moment and what it meant. I've always been like a really inquisitive person. But it's like, I love my wife, and being depressed and having issues, and it's like I want to have a positive effect. It doesn't even have to be on the world. I want to have a positive effect on my world. My world right now is like my wife and my close friends, and possibly my future family. It's like, I don't want to be like the loser dad that just squanders all of his like kid's potential, doesn't nurture it or anything like that. Because it's like, I'm gonna want my kids to succeed. Like, I'm only 26, guys. I know some people, it seems like most people, because of the Rona, are parents right now at my age. I'm very glad that I've been able to not have kids for this long. Very nice. All of my friends, I think, within their first year of marriage, have had a pregnancy. So, doing pretty good on that. Me and my wife, we don't really want kids right now. I know I'm gonna love having kids when it happens. Because when it happens, I'm just I'm that kind of person that just rolls with the punches. I'll just be like, all right, let's go. I know this wasn't planned, but just gonna have to put our best foot forward. Because the last thing that I would want is to have my future family feel like I don't want them. It's just like, do I want kids right now? No, it's a lot of responsibility. Like, I don't even have any pets right now. I don't want to raise some kids right now. No, thank you. Am I preparing for that day? Yes, because I know eventually it'll get here. But definitely wanna hold off until me and my wife are comfortable with it. But it's like, I want to be able to make a difference. I want to be able to help my family like realize their potential. Like, I'm always encouraging my wife. I'm always like, what are you doing? What do you want to do? You having a bad day? It's okay. That's okay. You can have a bad day. You can hate everything today. You can be mad today. You can be sad today. That's totally fine. Because it's like, you can't keep your emotions inside your head. I don't know if anyone else does this shit. I do this shit all the time. My brain goes absolutely haywire with emotions, and those emotions will shoot off into like different scenarios, and I'll be like running scenarios like, oh shit, what if I'd said this? Or scenarios of, oh man, what if I do this? And it's just, all that creative energy. So all those scenarios and thoughts and things, I'm finally at the point where I've learned to kind of channel that. Like, all right, I've got a lot of anxiety right now. It's causing me to have like a lot of, going over conversations in my head, saying things back to myself. I've got all of that. Let's channel that into some content. Like, let's channel that into making something. Now, it doesn't always create like the best thing, but at least it's taking kind of this negative like buildup. It's taking like this weird buildup, and it's at least turning it from a neutral in my head to it's alive now. Like it's something. Now, being ADHD, I end up having a few too many hobbies. Lately, I've been trying to get better at narrowing down what's actually important to me, what I actually like doing, what I actually want to get better at, and it's challenging. It's different, but it's like, I want to have value. I want to make things that have value. I want to have value as like a person. I want people to like see value in me. I want to see value in myself, which it's really hard sometimes. It's really hard to kind of, especially nowadays, I feel like just pushing away like just social media and things, and it's one reason my content is so sparse. It's just I'm constantly like, why am I doing this? Am Am I making this just for attention? I want the clout. I want the clout. So I constantly find myself having to like just take steps back and just, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, guys. It's hard. I know I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference somehow. I want to be remembered. I want to experience life, and I want to kind of just live fulfilled. And it's like, I've got a 1-bedroom apartment right now with my wife, and I've got a computer I can edit on, and it's like, I feel like I don't really need anything else. Like, honestly, if my wife was happy just right here, I'd be pretty sedentary. Like, I'm a very sedentary person. Like, if I get comfortable someplace, I'll probably just stay there. But my wife has bigger plans. She's the one with the ambition. I bring I'm tall, so I bring height to the relationship. I'm creative in a different way than she is, which is good. My brain works a different way than hers does, which she's really good at filling in my gaps, and I'm good at filling in her gaps. And I'm so thankful for that. Not only that, you know, she can help me with my shortcomings, but I would just feel like a useless piece of shit if I couldn't return the favor some way. So it's like, yeah, you want me to hang out with you a bit longer before bed? Cool. That's cool, because she works in the morning. I stay up late and edit. So I'll lay in bed with her until she falls asleep, come back out here, edit, go to bed. She gets pretty mad when I fall asleep in my chair. But it's like, it's I don't know, it's what I like to do. I like to just work until I just sleep. Cause it's like, in betweens, I'm not good with. I'm either like go or stop. I don't have a lot in between. And it's a very mental thing, but it's also a very physical thing. Like, when I drive, it really comes out, because I'm either foot on the gas or foot on the brake. It's not good for my mileage, not good for my gas mileage at all. But it's kind of just how I am. Like, it's a part of my personality. It's a part of the way my brain works. I'm either going or I'm stopping. There's no second and third gear. It's weird. It can be good. It can be bad. There's pros and cons to everything. But I guess it's just learning how to live with it and learning how to be productive. Like, people are like, oh, make lists, do this and that. And I'm like, I'm not motivated that way. I'm not motivated by lists. I'm motivated by purpose and desire and how interested I am in the subject. That's why it's like, I'll stay up for, hours and days and just like devote every waking moment to something until I get tired about it and then lose interest, or something else gets more important, or I'm finished with the project and it's done, it's out there. So this video didn't really have a point, but I think it's potential. It's like, with my family, I know I want to encourage them to reach their potential, to do the best they can, be the best person that they can, so that they can live their best life. That's all I want for my family, and that's all I want for me. I want them to be able to live their best life, and I want to be able to live my best life. And I want to be able to live my best life with my friends and my family and everyone. Because, I mean, like, people are amazing. People have so much potential. Like, mankind has, I mean, regardless if you're religious or atheist or whatever, like, everyone can agree, people have been here a while. We've been here a while. We've been making things, creating things, destroying things for a while. And there's a while, like, to come. So it's like, we have computers now. Like, oh man, people take everything today so for granted. Like, so for granted. Like, simplify it, okay? Simplify it. 1700s. Way back, okay? Couple hundred years. Like, not even that far back, alright? 200 years ago, alright? Like, when were sunglasses invented? You know, sunglasses. You know, and then plastics. Plastics were a huge thing. Plastics were like when computers came out. Like, it was a brand new thing. It was malleable. You could make it into different things. There's millions of things made of plastic. Billions of things made of plastic. Plastic had to be created. Plastic had to be invented. And then plastic and silicone. And now we have amazing computers in our hands that could have, on themselves, launched, you know, the first rocket around the moon. All in our hand. And it's like, mankind's accelerating, like, all the time. It's like all the time. Which makes me think, you know, maybe it's not just me. Maybe it's just like a human thing to want to create, want to make a difference, and want to be big, like just want to have an impact. Like, no matter like what values you have, or like whether or not your motives are selfish or for charity or whatever, it's like it's such a core thing. I think it's, you just want to be acknowledged. Because it's like, the main difference between like people and animals is like we're so like conscious of our existence, like self-aware even. We're a brain that knows it's a brain. Like, it's, I don't know, it's crazy. I feel like life is just, it's so crazy. I'm sorry this is kind of gone off the deep end, guys, but this is just kind of like where my mind's at right now. Like, there's so much like just around us, and it's like we have our own worlds. Like, we have us, the people right next to us, and then our houses, our cars. But it's like, I think people just experience so little in the grand scheme of things. And you would think, like, on paper, it would make sense, right? That we have phones and we have libraries and books and TV and radio and all this stuff. We have all this stuff. At least here in America. Like, I know other countries, they don't have that. Other countries are more oppressed. But it's like, I feel like America as a whole should be doing better. I just don't get it. That's why it's like perspective is a thing, and it's so funny because our existence just as a human being starts just self-absorbed. You're just, when you grow, you're like, I need food. I need this. Your parents, they bring you food. Like, you are like the center of your whole reality for like your existence. And it's sad because people don't realize how much more there is outside of themselves. I don't know if that's like the whole problem or if that's just like me projecting. I don't know, guys. I'm not a licensed therapist, so this is really all conjecture. I'm just trying to grasp life, you know? Like, there are so many things to do and so many places to go and things to get distracted by. And you can live life so many different ways, but it's like, what's the right way? What's the right way for me? What's the right way for my family? A lot of it's overwhelming. So, I guess out of this big bowl of soup, of chaos, just swirling around in the middle, making videos like these to just take a spoonful at a time and just digest it one bit at a time and think through it and feel through it and talk through it and just try to just get a grasp on it. Because one thing that everyone has is 24 hours. Whether you're rich or poor or whoever you are, whatever you are, time works the same way for everyone. So how are we going to spend it? I don't know. I personally am still figuring that out. So, with all those uncertainties, I guess we can always try and ground ourselves with what we know is certain. I know for certain that I need air, I need water, I need food, I need exercise. Those are the things I know I need to function as a living organism. Outside of that, not much else matters. If your body is healthy, and mentally you're as healthy as you can be, what more could you want? What more could you want out of life other than being able to live, being able to experience life, and just living as long as you can. It's so short. People have, 60, 70 years. So much can change. Sometimes it just feels like this. You're tossed into a raging river, and you've just got to try and float, swim, and bounce off things the best you can. As for extraneous things like happiness and feeling fulfilled, I know I am definitely happiest when I'm able to create things and make things. So I think I'll keep doing that. I'll keep making things, creating things, as long as I live, as long as I'm able. I think that's fulfilling. I think it's good. I definitely, I love my wife, which, this is gonna sound weird, but, I'm a weird person, I guess. Feeling that emotional connection, because my wife, I'm very close with my wife. I can confidently say that I've got a really strong connection with her. Man, it's been weird. It's been weird in the sense of the strength that connection is, and feeling that this past year even, just experiencing that, and experiencing those emotions and digesting them and trying to understand them. Oh man, it's been weird. It's crazy. It's so weird to love someone, to want to love someone, and then to feel fulfilled when they love you back. And it's like, it's not something that you physically need. Just air, water, food, exercise. That's it. That's all you need to live. That's all you need. But to just experience just this extra thing, it's like this fifth dimension. It's something else. It's like, you can kind of think of it as almost something tangible. Like, you and someone else, you know each other, and together you have a relationship. You can't have a relationship unless you have another person. So, is a relationship something that's tangible? Is it physical? Can you touch it? You can't really touch it. It doesn't exist physically. It exists somewhere else. You know it's there. You know it exists now. It didn't exist before. So it's kind of things like that are just kind of hard to grasp, Those just really abstract, overlooked things. That's a lot of what I think about just day to day. So if I'm ever, out in public and you're talking to me and I'm spacing out, It's it's mostly because I'm like, one, I'm probably not 100% interested or invested in what you're saying. So I'm just being dragged back to these kind of like deeper questions and just still always trying to figure this stuff out, man. Just always trying to figure this stuff out. Because I love figuring things out. I love puzzles, which is something else that weird. It's so weird. So, you know, you can argue that like animals show emotion and stuff like that. I don't think it's to the level that people do. Could we agree that like animals are very like physical, they're physical beings. They're very physical beings. You know, they're very, I'm hungry, I'll eat. I'm thirsty, I'll drink. I'm tired, I'll sleep. I'm horny, I'll fuck. They're very physical beings, you know? They're just whatever's going to prolong their life, prolong their DNA. That's what they're going to shoot for. And then you have people that are like Michael Scott from Vsauce. Where are your fingers? Like guys like that just being able to think of things. Like fuck, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's like I don't care who you are. I don't care. Sorry if this sounds ignorant, but it's like I don't care how smart you are, how smart you think you are. I don't think just people that argue against like some kind of design. Like I think animals are a good example of like evolution. I think animals, if the entire universe was just, you know, eat, sleep, drink, fuck. Okay, cool. I'll give that to you. You know, bunch of random germs turn into things, and then billions of years turn into other things. Okay, I can get that. But with people, I don't know. Being alive just as a human is so complex. People, I don't think people live their lives, you know, with my way of thinking. Obviously, if everyone did, I think the world would be different, but I'm sure people have said that before. But also, you know, if everyone thought the same, you know, how boring would that be? It's like there's got to be struggle, there's got to be diversity, there's got to be something to contend with, there's got to be something to figure out, something to make better, something to create, something to share, something to experience. Hey, I figured this out, check this out. Like when you figure out something new, what do you want to do? You're excited, you want to share that with people. You want to see what their reaction is. And it's like people make fun of me for not knowing celebrities, or it's like I'll have a bunch of songs on a playlist from the same artist and I won't even realize they're from the same artist because I'll just listen to the song and be like, that's a cool song. I'll look at the name just so I can like search it up later. Most of the time I don't even know the names of my songs. I can't tell you how many times I've been like, Google, what's that song? It's basically I don't know pop culture. I don't know really anything outside of like what I like. And it's like I don't know artists, I don't know actors, I don't know anything. They're like, but you've seen all their movies. I'm like, oh yeah, I love them. They're really cool. Don't know their name though. Because it's like, I don't know, you take in this information and it's just, I feel like there's always something, there's always like something else to that's more important. There's always something else to look at. I don't know. I am 26. And I still don't have it figured out. Luckily, the internet is a thing, and there are a lot of people older and smarter and wiser than me that I can listen to gain some understanding. And man, is that a speed run. Holy shit. Like, fuck. Like, why does the world suck so much, you guys? Like, with all of this information out here, all of these different points of view, you can go on the internet and with enough time just gather hundreds of different points of view that you can pick from. You can say like, oh, that sounds right to me. Oh, that was a really good argument. That changed the way I was thinking. But I don't think a lot of people care. I don't think a lot of people see that as value. Personally, I would love to speedrun the shit out of life. So I'm listening to every person, left, right, conservative, liberal, everybody. I listen to everybody, and I gather my own information, I check sources, I gather my opinions, and man, the amount of knowledge you can get if you've got a day off and you just start researching shit, it's crazy, you know? There's horror movies and movies where like AIs like leak out into the internet and become sentient and learn stuff and do stuff, and it's like, it's crazy. I don't know. I guess just think about it. That's all I've been doing, you guys. Just thinking about it. Man, what is it? What is it to be alive? What is it to live? I don't know. I'll read some more. Listen some more. Other people think they have it figured out. There's books written by people who think they have it figured out. Give those a read. Compare. I can compare thousands of years of people's lives. Literally, I've got thousands of years of knowledge just in my hands. Just, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? That's it. I feel like I've dipped into a swirl here, guys. Just, that's it. Just, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck am I doing? I guess I'll post this. Yeah, that's... What the fuck are we doing, guys?